Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Hey, popping in. Yesterday, I got a topic that one of my guys, gospel artist Uncle Reese, gave me. And I had loosely talked about this in a roundabout way on Instagram, TV a while back. And that is the difference, the liabilities versus the possibilities of marriage. And a lot of people, especially today, this is very, very relevant because actually it's been a lot of questions I've been seeing in the comments. Women writing in, Tony, what if marriage isn't the goal? What if marriage isn't the goal? Now, first and foremost, you're on the wrong page if marriage isn't the goal, because I only believe in dating with a purpose, and the purpose of dating is to get married. So I don't believe in cohabitation and living with somebody that you're not gonna marry and being in a relationship and not getting married, because it just doesn't make sense to me. As a relationship coach, as a man, as a human, being with somebody that cannot make a lifelong commitment to you in a legal manner, meaning signing a contract. And this is what you got to understand about marriage: is being with somebody and giving them your body, giving them your life, but not having them go on paper to say you are mine and I am yours. It's really like sitting down to do $1 million deal without a contract. It's like, would you do business without a contract? Would you accept a job without the terms of your employment being in writing? And so that's what you have to realize. And that's what marriage is. It's bigger than just religion. It really says something. It says that this person is willing to make a commitment in writing. And that's just how we confirm things in our world. I was in the airport yesterday and renting a car. I had to sign. I got an initial, sign. If I'm declining anything, if I'm accepting anything, that's just how we confirm anything in our world. And marriage means something. A lot of people don't believe that because, oh, it's just a piece of paper. No, it's something that it does in the mind, especially the mind of a man. And as a woman, you may come to the place to where you start to say it's just a piece of paper. But you got to really ask yourself, have you always believed that? Have you always believed that? Or did the conditions of the world make you believe that? Did you see enough pain and enough go on around you that started to make you lose hope and make you lose faith in marriage and start to say, oh, it's just a piece of paper? Or did you believe from the beginning of time, from the moment you learned of marriage, that it was just a piece of paper? So you got to evaluate that and see how life will take shots, and life will start to make us, scale back on our hopes and our dreams. Life will make us change course because of the realities that we see around us. And you really have to be honest with yourself on that. So listen, when you look at the liabilities, you can say, well, what if I married the wrong person? What if things get toxic? What if we get a divorce? What if I don't like the way they live? I don't like the way they clean up in the house, the way they live in a home. What if we argue too much? What if I get cheated on? What if I get bored and I want to cheat? What if something stops working on him and I'm feeling like I'm going without? What if I wait on her until marriage and then I don't think it's good? So all of these questions come up, and you can think about all of the liabilities. You can think about all of that. But what you have to realize is when you get the knowledge and you start to understand who you are as a person, so you know who you are, and you start to realize what type of personality you have and what type of personality you need to be with, then you start to date intentionally with purpose. You're dating with a purpose. It's not just wham bam, thank you ma'am. You're not just going through the motions. You sitting down on that first date And I remember going through this process, and I'm on a date with this woman, and I'm like, first, what I would do is I would take a woman on a drive to my hometown, from where I'm living to my hometown and back. And it's probably like an hour there, hang out over there, and then come back an hour. That give me 2 hours of talk time. And I remember taking that drive, and I'll be with this woman, and I'm taking notes. Okay, she like to argue too much. Everything I say, she got the spirit of defer. I beg to differ. Everything I say, she wanna beg to differ. That's too draining. I'm not finna go. If you just can't respect somebody's thoughts, somebody's mindset, if she say something, I ain't begging to differ. Even though I may see it another way, I'm like, that's interesting. Okay. I said, yeah, she too, on this ride with another woman, she too fake. She faking, she putting on, she too extra. She trying to be funny, or she trying to be lively, or she trying to be sexy. She trying to be cute. She just not comfortable in her own skin. She trying to play a role. And I'm taking notes. So when you start to learn who you are and you learn your personality, now you are looking for who you need to be with, who's gonna fit you the right way. And I'm very serious about my life. I don't play about my life. I don't play about respect. So I couldn't be with the type of woman. I was on the plane yesterday coming back because I flew out of town, and I was flued out, and then y'all know them and said flued out. I was flued out, and then got there, and then realized the NCAA basketball tournament is canceled, so had to hop right back on the plane and come back home. And I was watching this movie called Queen and Slim. Now, I don't like watching these kind of movies, to be honest with you, because a lot of times the plot be bad, and it'd be somebody that wrote it in their basement and they didn't think it through, and it just be terrible. But I say, let me watch this here movie, and stop hating. And so I decided I'm gonna watch the movie, and come to find out it was a good little plot, good little movie going on. And I realized quickly that, Tyler Perry did not write this. So it had a little more thickness to the plot, and no pun intended. And I ain't hating, okay? But the way the woman was talking to the man, that was making my skin crawl. I was like, ain't no way in the world I could be with no woman talking to me like that. And so I'm serious about respect. My wife know that. She's serious about respect. I know that. So when you start to look at marriage, this is what's happening. We looking at everything that can go wrong instead of doing the work to get in position so that it can go right. And I remember talking to Uncle Reese, the gospel artist, and he was saying he was abstinent for 10 years before meeting his wife, and got with his wife, and she was a virgin, if I'm not mistaken. And they went on to marriage, and now they married, and they happily married, and they doing amazing. Their family are their dogs right now. They haven't brought any children to the world yet, and they doing amazing. Big old house, nice vehicles, good job, making good money, into entrepreneurs, corporatepreneurs, doing amazing, because focus on the marriage. And you're going to have disagreements. You're going to have up and downs in marriage. But let me help you understand something. And I'm going to be honest with you. When you are intentional about dating, and when you are intentional about who you are and what you need to learn and how you need to grow, then you don't really have all those problems in a marriage. Because guess what? Everything that you need to know about a person, you're going to find out in that first year of dating. But see, if you are not being intentional, if you're not serious about yourself, about your self-love, about your goals, about your principles and your priority, then guess what? You're going to miss the red flags. But when you take your life seriously, and listen to me, when you're not operating from a place of desperation, from a place of frustration, when you're not operating from a negative place, then you're able to assess the situation and assess this person. But see, what happens is a lot of times we become needy. You know, a little word my homeboys used to say in college, man, he need. And it just really was, doing the most. You out of pocket, you attention seeking. Or you need, basically. And that's what happens. We come into a relationship and you like, I need to start a family. Okay, I need to get married. I need a man. I need to be able to change my Facebook status. I need to change my Facebook. I'm tired of being single. I need to say engaged. I want to say married. I want to show my wedding pictures. And you so thinking about the things. And you thinking about the image. The way any man will do. Any man will do. He got an attitude. He rude. He nasty. He lazy. He don't have ambition. He don't dress nice. Don't like to brush his teeth good. Don't clip his toenails. Don't pick up after himself. Any man will do. Or he make good money. Everything else in his life is a mess. He smoked like a chimney. He drank like a fish. He cursed like a sailor. He gambled like a casino. But you ignore all, that's just a man. A man just gonna be a man. And then you get in marriage and then you pulling your hair out. Now marriage the worst thing ever. And not everybody who get married advising their friends, stay single. Hey, you better stay single. Hey, you better appreciate single life. Let me help you understand something. And listen to me clearly. Okay? If you got a brother, if you got a male cousin, if you got a single daddy, if you got an uncle, if you got a fiance, and you a woman, and you got a male fiance, you got you a husband, let them watch this part right here. Just tell them fast forward to minute 12. Watch this here part here now. Because let me tell you something. Oh, man. Let me tell you something. I got to be honest with you. But I feel crazy even fixing my mouth to say this. Because of the world we live in, I am extremely in love with marriage. Because I'm in a marriage where we did the work. Guess what? It could be a disaster. The first 2 years was hard. It's what you call a power struggle. Where the man want to be catered to, the woman want to be catered to. But then what happened is real love kicked in. And it kicked in because I realized and I looked at myself as a man and I say, you know what? I'm causing a lot of these problems. With my lack of emotional intelligence, with my attitude issues, with me wanting to get in my feelings about stuff I shouldn't be in my feelings by, with me having wandering eyes, looking for somebody I could cheat with, looking for somebody to emotional cheat with or physical cheat with, looking to be an average, regular, everyday man who is in a marriage but unfaithful. That's all I knew. That's all I saw. The only man that I did not know for a fact was cheating was my father. Every other man that was close to me, I had every belief in me that he was cheating on his girlfriend, fiance, or wife. And it became a norm. Like, guys cheat on their wife. And it just became the norm. Like, still to this day, I could count on one hand how many men have said to me, I'm 100% faithful to my wife. And like hang their hat on that and be proud of that. I could count on one hand. And to be honest with you, the guys who have said it to me, I didn't believe them. They didn't even look believable to me. But I know I'm living this. You hear what I'm telling you? I know I'm 100% faithful to my wife. And in them first 2 years, I know I was looking to slip. And when you look in the slip, it causes issues in the home because you want to be snappy, you want to be nitpicky, you want to be rude, you want to be condescending, you want to shut down. because what you got going on outside, what you looking to get into outside of your marriage. And so this is what I need you to understand. But when I shifted that and I became a man, and I said, I'm going to treat my wife like an absolute queen. And you could talk to her friends and family, because they saw her in one state in them first 2 years of marriage. They saw her in one state of mind, saw her acting one way, carrying herself one way, because she was kind of trying to adapt to my toxicity. She was kind of trying to adapt because she had left me once in dating, had left me once in marriage. And I was like, man, let me really try to make this thing work. Let me try to see something here, before I just completely throw the towel in. So she was kind of building her allies, letting her mom know, letting her dad know, letting her friends know that the dude I'm with, I don't know if this gonna last forever. Like, he a little off sometimes. He be tripping sometimes. So I'm trying, but we gonna see what's up. And I could sense that when I went around them, they were looking at me with a side eye. They had business. They had my business on they memo pad. They knew more about me than I knew about me. And that's how a relationship is. When it's petty, childish, ignorant, immature. So you see this here, a woman's influence that I need you to pre-order. Pre-order this now. Pre-order this. This right here was birthed. This was birthed from real life experience. You hear me? Trust when I tell you now. Trust when I tell you. This come from real life experience. Yes, sir. I keep that up there right there to just remind me. So I've made a decision as a man. And I say, I'm finna change this thing. I'm going to lead in love. I'm going to wash her with love. I'm going to stop getting in my feelings. I'm going to stop trying to control and dictate. I'm going to stop trying to be so opinionated. I'm going to stop trying to, dominate and domineer and be a tyrant and think that being the head, being the man is being the head, and that being the head means being a dictator. No. I read a quote that says, your strength is in your gentleness. I said, woo. I read another quote that said, I downloaded these apps, motivational quote apps, and I had 2 or 3 of them. I read another quote that said, I would never understand a woman, but I realize I don't need to understand her. I just need to love her. And I was like, woo, man, okay. So after I started getting this new knowledge, okay, and I read the 5 love languages, and I learned the love language. Now what I learned, y'all gotta hold on, got something in my eye. Let me commercial break. Hold on, okay, hear me. I acting up on me. Okay, back from the commercial break. And I said, I read the 5 love language, and I realized, okay, my wife, she want me to speak all of these. I said, I'm got to be centrally lingual, and not bilingual, not trilingual, not quadrilingual, this synchrolingual. I was like, wow, because I'm looking at the 5 love languages, and I'm like, she love all these equally. This gonna really test me. So guess what? I started speaking them love. I had to create a calendar in my phone, and it said Monday, run Cherie bath water. We don't even take baths no more. We take showers, but you try to run that bath water, and the hot water heater started acting up, so the water was lukewarm. My wife, she liked the water that melts your skin off, and so had to cut out the baths. But first was run Cherie bath water. Tuesday was rub Cherie feet. Wednesday was write Cherie a poem. Thursday was for nothing gift. Friday was date night. Saturday, that's family day. Sunday was back massage. So I had to create a schedule so it will pop up and remind me to do something to show my wife I love her. Not to tell her, but to show her so that she could feel the love. Now, I did this for the first 2 weeks. I did this for 2 weeks straight. I was drained. I was like, wow. It was humbling because I just was serving. And literally, if I could depict it in my head, it was like my wife sat down in a king lounge chair, a queen lounge chair, and kicked her feet up. That's what it felt like. I was like, what ain't none of this gonna get reciprocated? I'm like, I need some reciprocation. But what it was is I had drained her from trying her like a baser for 2 years for being mediocre as a husband, that she needed that. That was like a 2-week vacation. That was like a spa treatment. That was like a vacation on somebody's island at the resort, all inclusive. And so she needed that, and it replenished her, it renewed her, and it created a shift, because them 14 days creates a new habit. So after a while, I was able to delete that out my calendar because it became standard. And it didn't show up the same. Like now, it may be we lying down to go to sleep and we face opposite ways. That's something that the articles done lied to you about. Articles talking about you sleep opposite ways, you ain't gonna be together. This month gonna make 13 years of happy marriage. I sleep that way, she sleep that way. And I don't know why, but that's just how we comfortable sleeping, And she like to sleep on that side of the bed closer to the door. She like to do a lot of things that typically in the movies the man do. Sleep close to the door, sit with, facing the door. She'll have my back to the door. But that's just how she is. And I said that to her one time, like, man, you have my back to the door. She be like, this is how she hit me. I say, man, don't nobody like sit with their back. Men don't sit with their back to the door. My daddy don't sit with my back to the door. My security guard don't sit with his back to the door. You be having my back to the door. She said, baby, you so much of a man that if something popped off, if somebody came in here to do something, you will still be able to protect me with your back to the door. I say, woo! I say, hey, you know what, baby? Hey, you right. You right about that. I don't need to sit facing no door. I got this. Something pop off in here. I'm reading your eye language. I already see it. Oh, I'm up. I'm ready. Boom. That she flipped it on me like that. A woman's influence. But that's just how she is. And so she has what some people call masculine energy. She have masculine energy, but she got feminine energy. She got a whole lot of both. Okay? Because we all made from a man and a woman. She got a whole lot of both. And when I started to wash her with love, now this is what happened. I went like a year with no arguing. Like if she said something, I wasn't trying to debate. Whatever she said goes. I wasn't trying to debate. I wasn't trying to argue. As long as she didn't disrespect me, and she don't practice disrespect. She don't disrespect me. She don't talk to me out the way. She don't talk down to me. She's never cursed at me. She's never yelled at me. In 13 years of marriage, listen to what I'm telling you. She has never cursed at me. She has never yelled at me in 13 years of marriage. You hear me? So that's all I need was respect. And so when I went this whole year, I just let her have it. See, I learned in behavioral science, being a group home counselor, that when you have a power struggle, you got to sidestep the power struggle. But if you just having a power struggle with your client in your group home, y'all gonna have some issues. But you got to sidestep the power struggle. So I started sidestepping the power struggle. And I said, you can have it. I'm gonna serve you. I'm kiss your behind, as we call it, where I'm from. And my dad was looking at me crazy. All my homeboys looking at me crazy. They like, bro, what? Your woman run the house? What's going on? I say, listen, I'm still the man. She still lean on me for decisions. She still look to me. She ain't making no decision without consulting me. We still one, but I'm just not controlling like y'all is. I'm just not going to dominate and domineer and be a tyrant like y'all are. I'm not going to do that because I have learned that that does not work. That does not work. We two who become one, but we still independent, being interdependent. What that means is she has a mind of her own, and her mind thinks different than my mind. So I need to respect her mind. And so this what I realized is when you work on love and when it is a two-way street. See, after I serve her and I wash her with love, it healed her. Oh yeah, it healed her. So what I mean is her pain from the past. I saw her daddy wounds, what I call mommy wounds, daddy wounds. When you look at the pain points in your life and you address the pain points from her daddy wounds, meaning with her biological father not being in the home and being married to her mother, that caused damage to her self-esteem. So it created some insecurity. It created some voids that I had to come in and I was trying to fill, but I was trying to fill them the wrong way. I was trying to fill them by just replacing her dad, by just, I'm the man in your life, instead of loving her. But when I love her, my love compared to no other man or woman's love. When she realized that I love her just as much as anybody she's ever known. You hear me? When she realized that I wanted the best for her, the absolute best in every area of life, emotionally, spiritually, financially, physically, when she realized that, she dropped her guards, and the voids, she allowed me to fill those voids. So now she is washed with love because I let her be her. And I say, baby, just don't run us in the ground. Just don't run us in the ground. Like, you buy what you need to buy for you, for our sons, for our household, but let me save something. She said, okay, save something. I ain't got nothing against you saving. Let me invest something. Okay, invest something. I ain't got nothing against you, invest something. So I said, oh, okay. Baby, we ain't got it. All right. We ain't got it. It wasn't, baby, we ain't got it. Oh, what kind of man are you? You can't afford this? Oh my goodness. What did I marry? It was none of that. When we were flat broke and living off $25 for 2 weeks, my wife didn't frown. She didn't frown. She didn't pout. She didn't stress. Every now and then, I could count on one hand how many times she'll run off some bills. Yeah, we got to pay this and we got to pay this. We got to pay that. After I checked her one time and said, listen, don't you know I know what we got to pay? You running it off don't help. And once I said that to her, she stopped running it off. Listen here, we went through no lights. We went through no water. We went through what we went through. We went through, not eviction, repossession of cars. We went through it all. We went through it all as we was building. My wife kept a smile on her face. She kept a smile on her face. She didn't stress me. She didn't worry me. And I'm like, man, they say finance is the number one thing that ruined a marriage. Guess what? My wife didn't let finance ruin her. Now, I could have made it ruin us by me worrying about how she want to spend. But her mindset is abundant. She said, look, we get one life to live. I want to live life to the fullest. I'm not trying to put up $1 million, wait until I'm 70, 65 to go around the world. No, at 33, she 33. Yeah. At 33, told wife, hey, don't know if she wanted me to say that. Lord, rewind, clip that. My wife in her mid-30s, in her early 30s, she wanted to tour Europe. So we went to Europe for 6 weeks. listen to me. I didn't like the bill. 2 weeks in, I was tired, about ready to come home. But my wife wanted to tour Europe. So we went to 8 countries in 20 cities. Because that's her mindset and that's how she believes. She believes in living now. Okay? Every credit card known to man was calling me. Yeah. What you did with this card? When you finna send us a payment? Now, come on now. What you got going on? And you all swiping in Europe? And I was like, listen here. Chase, I had to call everybody. Chase, Merrick Bank, Mercury Bank, Indigo, Allo, MasterCard, Visa, Discover. I had to lean on everybody for them 6 weeks. You hear me? But that's what my wife, she said, I want to live. So I said, okay, boom, live. And guess what? God showed up and showed out. He showed up and showed out. I was in Europe earning more money than I earned in America. I say, look at God. Look at God. And that's what she showed me. Stop worrying. Stop stressing. Think abundantly. And just trust God and create. You doing the work. You done the work. You writing the books. You posting the videos. You got TonyGadsonAcademy.com. You got mymentor.life. You done did the work. Live. I say, wow. So guess what? I absolutely love marriage. You hear me? Woo! You mess around and let somebody, now my mentor.life, I'll sell it for 50 million. I'll sell it for 50 million. I love y'all. I love my tech company. This one of the creations of my tech company. We got others. But I'll sell it for 50 million. Now you give me 50 million? Nah. I don't know how many videos y'all gonna see on me because I'm gonna be living. You hear me? And so, this is what I want you to understand. I love marriage so much. Like, I wake up excited about marriage. I go to bed excited about marriage. Me and my wife don't go to bed mad. If we have a disagreement, we got to work through that disagreement. If we up talking to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and she wake up at 5. She get 1 hour of sleep on that night. That 1 hour of sleep, but we don't go to bed mad. Because waking up ain't guaranteed. So, when I'm on the plane, I say, I love you. She say, I love you before I take off. When I leave, no matter what, I love you. I love you. If we just had a disagreement, I love you. I love you. We don't wait to live. You hear me? We don't wait to live. And I love marriage. As a man, I'm here to tell you, and I'm not just telling you this for the sake of this here video, because you could study the signs of a liar, and you ain't gonna see me exhibit none of the signs of a liar. Because I ain't got no lies to tell you. You hear me? Listen to what I'm telling you now. Because when you shift to intentionality and you focus on you and your growth and your development, you listening to the podcast, you watching the videos, you reading the books, you taking the courses, you going to the seminars, you at the self-love retreat in August that you could book on TonyGadsson.com/events. And you doing the work. That's what I did. 10 hours a day, I was filling my spirit with positivity. I would listen to podcasts 10 hours a day on average. On average, sometimes more than that. It renewed my mind. It renewed my heart. It changed the way I saw the world. It changed me as a man. I went from a fragile ego, fragile masculinity, to being a real man with real confidence. I ain't got to pull no steel on you to show you I'm a man. I could look you in your eyes and you could feel the power of God coming through my eyes the way you know not to try me. You know if I got to lay you down, like Moses had to lay that man down before God called on him, that you'll get laid down. You know the way David had to lay Goliath down, you'll get laid down. I ain't got to boast, brag, poke no chest out. I just look at you. See, that's what the power of God do. See, I ain't got to sit. I can sit with my back to the door in the restaurant because I'm a real man. Because I feel like I can let my wife sleep where she want to sleep at, on her side of the bed, how she want to sleep. On her side of the bed. You want to be close to the door? It's cool. I'll hop over you. Somebody kick the door down. I'm hopping over you. You hear me? So when I became a real man, everything started to shift in my life when I realized that real man, when I realized that leader means servant. When I realized that Christ was the greatest man to ever walk the face of the earth, and he was a servant. He served and he sacrificed. So in Ephesians, the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, that's how y'all pastor be talking. When I read that husbands, love your wives as Christ loves the church, never had I sat in a sermon that scripture was emphasized. All of my life, all I had heard emphasized by pastors and men around me was, wives, submit unto your husbands. I had never heard anybody break down the comparison, the parallel that was drawn between Christ loving the church and the way a husband should love his wife. And when I sat down, and I sat back, and I spent some time thinking, I said, okay. So the way Christ loved the church, okay, let me go through this. Man, he gave. He was humble. He was gracious. He was kind. He was giving. He was forgiving. He was understanding. He was compassionate. He was loving. He was sacrificial. He gave his human life, his fleshly life. He took a beating. More than a beating, he was crucified for the church. Whoo. Man, look here. Look here. I never have to be crucified for my wife. I never have to walk for days from country to country for my wife. So if that's the parallel that has been drawn, then how hard is it for me to swallow my ego, for me to respect her mind, for me to be loving, caring, giving, compassionate? How hard is it? Come on now. How hard is it? Come on now. So when I understood what that really means, then what I realized is when I love her like that, the reciprocation from a woman who has been washed with love, oh, it's going to come. It's going to come. It took a little bit now. It took a little bit. I went to talking to the Lord, like, Lord, come on, Lord, what's going on now? You got me out here loving. I'm loving this woman from head to toe. Now, when I'm going to get my little reciprocation? I was like, Lord, come on now, what's going on? And then the Lord said, hold on. Hold my olive oil. I got you. Man, look here. When that woman started to reciprocate that love, whew, it peeled my wig back. It knocked my hairline back. You hear me? I was like, wow. The love was so strong. I was like, girl, what? Girl, go on somewhere. Girl, I don't need that much love. Girl, wow. I'm like, girl, you love me like that? I'm like, girl, hey, I need you to cuss me out. Girl, I want, hey, slap me, do something. Like, that's too much love. I was like, wow. And I saw her renewed. She went from one woman to a whole new woman. I was like, who is this woman? In every aspect of life. You hear me? Every aspect of life. I was like, wow. But see, it took me taking the initiative to create a healthy and happy and safe place, a safe marriage for my wife, so that she could drop her guard, so that she could be vulnerable, so that she could be open and honest and transparent. Because see, I had created a space that induced lies, that induced dishonesty. It produced that because I had created an environment that made her fearful, that made her worry. If I tell him the truth, is he gonna fly off the handle? If I tell him the truth, is he stable? Can I ask him for what I really want and need without him copping an attitude and getting mad? And so I had to create a safe place. And I had to wash her with love. So first, I was broke, busted and disgusted. So I only could wash her with quality time. So, okay, baby, we finna Netflix and chill before Netflix even came out. Okay, 7 o'clock, my phone down, I'm talking to you. We just talking. We talking like high school sweethearts, you hear me? And so I could wash her with love, with conversation, communication, quality time, and then grown folks business, loving her down. You hear me? That's all I could give her. Because I was making $8.50 an hour, finished training, got up to $9 an hour, put in a year or two, got to $9.50 an hour, then was at $9.50 an hour for 2-3 years. And then I was building my brand at the same time. So a few dollars were coming in from ghostwriting, author consulting, speaking engagements. But I had to keep that 40-hour-a-week job while I was doing that. So I had to balance being an author and speaker and life coach from 2007 to 2011. I balanced the two of those. I didn't get real in my career as a speaker, author, and life coach until 2010. So it really was about a strong year that I really, really balanced. Before that, I kind of pretty much was just working and doing a little bit here and there, a little dibbling, dabbling. But in that time, finance was tight. Got a family, had our son. She didn't stress me. She didn't worry me. She just loved me. And I just love her. Now, when situations start to change and finance start to grow, then I was able to speak a different love language, the love language of gifts, monetary gifts. And I loved her like that. Everything you could think of. You hear me? You ever get up close on my wife? Look at her wrist. Look at her wrist. You're going to see a few people's salaries, on her wrist because you was there for me when I didn't have nothing. When I didn't have money to buy anything. Now, anything money could buy, you can have it. She don't ask me for it. I give it to her. Because when I read the Bible and the way queens was adorned, the way kings and priests and ministers was adorned, I say the Bible had that drip, that swagoo on ragoo. You hear me? They were, to the nines in the Holy Bible. I say, okay, Lord, so you ain't want us to be in no rags, looking broke, busted, and disgusted, looking terrible. So you okay with this here? When I saw how they was adorned, you hear me? Hey, I started blessing my wife with everything I could get my hand on. For Nothing Gift Thursday start to get off the hinges. And the love came full circle. So I could love her with faithfulness, with quality time, with communication, with self-love, respecting myself, being a real man, with gifts, with everything, words of affirmation, with physical touch, however that is, massaging her scalp, massaging her shoulders while we walking through the store. I'm giving her a back massage. Other women looking jealous, they wiggling their shoulders at their husband, and because I'm massaging in the grocery line. I'm rubbing on her thigh while we driving in the car. Man, listen. I'm planning date night. I'm hoping we get us one tonight because it's Friday night. And we go in that closet. She go over in her closet. I go over in my closet, and we go to getting the dress. We have get dress wars. You hear me? Who finna be the flies tonight? And while I'm getting dressed, I got the butterflies. You know, I'm telling you, I got the butterflies. It's like when you in the gym hooping, you know, and your girlfriend walk in, and you go to you got that like Jordan. You trying to look good, but hey, I had a butterfly with my wife, man, and I'm like literally just yesterday and for the last little time, you know what I've been thinking about? I've been thinking about getting the money up, the open meal club. The open meal club for married couples only. For married couples only, so I could take my wife dancing. Cause she like to dance. She Jamaican. So she like to dance. And boy, look here. She can move them hips now. You hear me? I cannot dance. I am a wallflower, but she love to dance. But she be too tired to dance at the house, you know, and all that, because she just, you know, and there's something about dancing, you might want to be out around people. But let us go to somebody's birthday party. Man, she be on that dance floor from the time the first beat hit to the last beat. I be tired. I'm an open meal club. It probably gonna cost me $500,000. I'm an open meal club for couples only. You hear me? And the music ain't gonna be nasty. But listen to what I'm telling you. What I just said, I'm serious about that club. But it is to give my wife a place she could go and dance where we ain't got to be around y'all kid, 18, 19, 20, doing TikToks in the corner. And it ain't got to be with y'all who in fornication and situationships. This is marriage. And then the club gonna get franchised around the country to build healthy marriages. But in that same club, we're gonna have a facility where we can have couples seminars. It's gonna take me about $500,000. And I could touch it, but I ain't got it to just throw around. Cause my wife, she don't be letting me just do everything I want to do in business. She kind of scaled me back because she know I own the whole city. If she turn me loose, the whole city will be mine. You hear me? I bought up everything. She be like, baby, calm down now. Just build my mentor.life that you just released. Focus on that for right now. Listen to me. So this what a healthy marriage is. She keeps me stable. She keeps me focused. She my life coach. She my therapist. She my counselor. If I'm worried, if I'm stressed, if I'm beat myself up about something, she speak life into me. She never talk down to me. She never degrade me. She never yell at me. She never curse at me. She never tried to make me feel like less than a man. She operate from her heart. I know she love our son. So I don't hold it against her. When she gave my 12-year-old his plate of food before she gave me mine. I was like, whoa, okay. Oh, he paid the bills now, huh? But he was starving. Now, after I said that one time, she didn't realize it, but he was starving. He had a long practice. But me being a man, not operating from a fragile masculinity, it ain't bothered me too bad. Now, I had to throw my little comment out there. Oh, you pay the bill now? Oh, okay. All right. Since then, now she bring my food first. But see, I just know how much love she have for her son. And she know I'm a grown man. I got me, but they don't got them. They dependents. So I respect that. She cook them a hot breakfast every morning. She do their homework with them. You know, she really is there all in for them. And it's a lot of days I be like, boy, if I could get the love, them boys getting love. But that's what I respect about her. Because I would rather her be that for our sons than to be just worshiping me and following me around and, you know, wiping my behind and neglecting them. You hear me? That's what I need you to understand. So you have to understand this and realize that marriage, when you do it the right way, See, the reason why marriage is what it is today, the reason why it don't work for a lot of people is because they was focusing on the plan B. Because they got married out of societal pressure. They got married out of frustration, desperation, necessity, business deal. And then when they got married, they got into a power struggle, and nobody didn't want to sidestep the power struggle and be the bigger person. Remember I told you my cousin Albert Gaston told me when we were young, he said, we were 10, 11 years old, he said a marriage ain't 50-50. He said a marriage 51-49. He said somebody got to be the bigger person. I say, whoa, but I heard that now. I done lived with that my whole life. We was about 10 years old. He probably heard his daddy tell his mama that, or his mama told his daddy that. I know he ain't make it up. I would like to think he ain't make it up. But if he did, he need to take my job. I've been living with that. So guess what? I just say I'm going to be the bigger person. Because if you the man and you the head, you the lead, you got to lead with love. If you the man, you want to be the head. It's a lot of women say the man is the head. So if the man the head, then the man need to be the most mature. The man need to be the one that's taking initiative and setting the tone, setting the standard for the healthiness of the relationship. How you the man and you cheating? How you the man and you jealous and insecure? How you the man and you weak, broken, bothered? How you the man and you broke, busted, and disgusted? How you the man and your mind out of place? How you the man and you trying to be domineering and controlling and trying to be a dictator? How you the man? See, if you the man and you want to be treated like a king, you got to treat her like a queen. Listen here. So me and my wife, we in another tax bracket now. So, she couldn't do much for me. Now she could do for me. Now she blessed me. And she said, look, you done bless me. Now I'm about to bless you too. So out of her salary, she take, and I be like, baby, don't get me nothing for no birthday. Like, I don't need no gift because I could buy my own gift. She said, no, this come from me and this mean a lot to me. She reciprocating what I done gave to her. She's showing to me. She said, look, you do so much for me. I'm going to do for you. And come a birthday, anything you want to do, wherever you want to go, however you want to do it, whatever, it's your day. It's about you. Anything I need, she got me. Anything she need, I got her. So we a team. You say, that's why when I post my wife, I will, and that's what I'm telling you right here. Like the people who commented when I was talking about my wife and how she raised our sons, and they're like, oh, y'all know if she was a single woman, she wouldn't be doing all that. I told my wife on y'all. She said, yes, I would. Cause this is just how I am as a mother. Yes, I would. I was out of town. Guess what? She ain't let no ball drop for my sons. Everything they got going on still had going on without me here. You hear me? I already know that's what kind of type of woman I got. She don't raise my son the way because she married to me. Cause most of what she doing, I don't even want her to do. I be thinking she be doing too much. But that's the type of woman she is. So guess what? The people who said that got blocked. I don't care if you misspell a word, you blocked. I don't care if you left a word, hey, you blocked. Don't speak on the queen. We don't speak on queens over here. You hear me? And if it's in person, you're going to get told about yourself. And if you a man, you're going to get laid down. And depending on what it was, going to determine if you could get back up. I don't play by that. I do not play by the queen. You hear me? Everybody get blocked. You come out your mouth wrong about my wife. You hear me? I'm serious about that. Most men today don't even protect their wife, don't even defend their wife. They want their friends and their family to talk that, to disrespect their woman. My mama, my blood mama, and my sister, my blood sister, both of them got cut off at periods of times for coming out their mouth sideways about my wife. I done told both of them, don't you ever in your life speak on my wife, because you don't know what she do. You don't know how she sacrificed. My wife just gave my mom and my sister about $10,000 to $15,000 worth of clothes and shoes out her closet. She did a closet clean out. Gave them, the boxes was stacked taller than me. Big old boxes that I had to carry and put in the truck, and bag of shoes that my niece and my sister and my mama could wear. That's how her heart is. And so I used to tell them when they used to want stuff from me and want me to do for them and all this, and my sister used, all you worry about is your wife and your kid. I said, absolutely. That's my responsibility. You ain't my responsibility. And my family knows now. I'm going to talk about you. They already know. Be careful what you say to Tony, because you will be in a video. He is transparent with his audience. He don't hold nothing. How y'all don't like to talk on something? No, I talk on my business. I tell all my business because that's the only way I'm going to help you. I done had to cut my mom off. I done had to cut my sister off. You hear me? Anybody could get it about the queen. And guess what? She the same way about me. She the same way about me. And that's just how we are, because we done developed real love. I'm the same way about my sons. One guy, my son, I posted a picture. You get your braces at 2 different times. So you go 1 round for a year, then you take a little break, let some growth happen, get a little older. Then at 12, you get another round. In between that, my son had his teeth growing in. So we post a picture. My wife tell him, smile, smile, smile. See, me, I'm a little more insecure. So I'm like, bro, don't smile. You ain't got to smile now. Because your teeth, you ain't got to smile. But my wife, she like, smile, smile. Love yourself. Love your smile. I didn't tell him not to smile. But he's smiling. His teeth was growing in, so he had them fangs. I post a picture of my son. A man going to come in the comment. LOL, time for them braces. Blocked. You ain't gonna never see my page again on Instagram. You're blocked. Boy, don't you ever speak on my child, boy. What's wrong with you? If we was in person, I would have backhand you without baby powder. But guess what? When you have real love in your household, you on one front. You one team, you one unit. And don't nobody come in between that. Don't nobody come in between that, because the two become one. That's why the Bible say, for this reason, a man will forsake his mother and father and cleave to his wife. I want you to understand that marriage is intended to be healthy and to be happy. And that you can have a healthy and happy marriage if you're willing to do the work on you, and you willing to pay attention to who you getting ready to join in a union with. Because every problem you have in marriage, it was shown to you before you said I do, but you chose to ignore it for whatever reason, and that's something you got to take up with yourself. But let me tell you, marriage is not dead. Marriage is healthy. Marriage is blessed. Marriage is the most amazing union, and I am elated, ecstatic, flabbergasted, every other supercalifragilistic about marriage. You hear me? Listen to what I'm telling you. Now, if you got this far, please put be blessed in the comments. Make sure you click the links in the description to book your coach or myself on mymentor.life to become a life coach. We got a training April 11th in Atlanta, or you can take it online on TonyGaskins.com. Use the coupon code MyMentor, and it'll give you a little something off of there. And be sure also, lastly, make sure you pre-order The Woman's Influence. If you can't do nothing else, you can't, Tony, I can't afford no coach session. Tony, I can't afford to become a life coach right now. Just do me this here favor and pre-order A Woman's Influence. This right here, I put some game in here now. This gonna bless your life. This gonna bless your life. Some of the chapters, the rules of engagement. You're not a maid. Let him love you. Don't compete. And the 72-hour rule. Hey, this Tony Gaskins. God bless you. I'm going to be mentioning this book every day now for the next month. So don't get mad. Scratch your booty and get glad. We'll talk soon.